Episode number 21. This one is called Plans Change.
Plans did change.
Is what I planned on calling this one. The trip dates are August 15th through August 17th, 2025. So this is obviously a short trip.
Excuse me, August 14th?
Is it August 14th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we somehow got B-dubs in Crescent City on August 14th. Or my phone could be wrong.
No, August 14th is Thursday, so it was definitely August 14th. August 14th, 2025 through August 17th, 2025. So it's a longer trip. It's a whole 24 hours longer than I thought it was.
Was that really how long the trip was? That's
and then
so short.
That was the day that we had to... You didn't get to sleep very long because we had to wake you up quickly and get the van on the road because we were going to Medford in order to get the windshield tinted for the van, which in the time since the windows and the windshield have been done, I think it has paid for itself.
It is for sure a game changer. It made way more of a difference than I expected it to, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It made as much of a difference as I remember it making when we got the Subaru tinted while we were in Las Vegas.
It made more of a difference than I remember the Subaru making, but this windshield's like 3 times larger than the Subaru windshield.
It made an astronomical difference. If you have a camper van, I cannot recommend enough just spending the money and getting your windows and windshield tinted in a high quality ceramic window tint. We ended up going with somebody that uses Expel, but Expel and 3M are both really good ones. There are a bunch of different brands. Everyone's going to tell you whichever one they use is the best. We've had, I think it was 3M on the Subaru, and I like the tint on the Subaru, and now that we have Expel, it's good. It's got some, I don't know what the correct word is, it's got some like color shifting to it sometimes in some scenarios. You haven't noticed?
I don't think so.
It's not like 100% crystal clear. It has like some color to it every once in a while, but we both wear polarized sunglasses, so that could have something to do with it also.
And it's made such a difference. It used to be when we would take our windshield shade out of the window, out of the windshield on a hot day, if it was sunny, the shade would be hot to touch. And it's you can tell a huge difference pulling that shade out now.
Hot to touch, and then just the amount of heat that would radiate.
Just radiating off of it. And that doesn't happen anymore.
Which is heat that's obviously coming in your van, and you've got a shade up, so you're just hoping the shade is rejecting some of that. But now we've got the shade that's helping to reject some of that, but we have tint that is doing more than its fair share of heavy lifting at making sure that heat doesn't even make it into the vehicle in the first place. So happy with it. Did that, and we had grocery shopping we had to do, but we were both starving, so we went to B-Dubs before we did any grocery shopping, and went and got B-Dubs.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
BOGO
Thursday, boneless.
Buy one, get one.
And it was so tasty.
Yeah, I mean, it always is. So we went and did grocery shopping. I think we had to get salads for the road because we eat salads while we're in the van at this point. We cook our protein, our chicken, and our ground beef, and put the salads in the van and just eat on those because they're delicious, and it's cheaper than going out and eating all of our meals.
And it's healthy.
Until you look at the calories for the salad dressing itself, which accounts for 90% of the calories in the meal.
And then this trip we were planning on going mostly paddleboarding, right? Is that why we went inland? Because we wanted to go paddleboard on some lakes inland, and I think the weather was supposed to be bad on the coast. So
This is part of why plans change, because originally we were going to go up to Florence, and I think the day before you were like, I think we need to go inland because the weather's not doing what I think it was supposed to do in Florence.
So we decided to go over to like the Klamath Diamond Lake area, and we stayed at the snow park that first night, right? We drove all the way over there.
Yeah, but before we made it there, we found ice cream.
Oh, the farm stand.
Yeah, Blacktail Meadow Farm Stand in Trail, Oregon. Was a random farm stand that Whitney... It's just, as usual, Whitney looking on Google Maps and searching for whatever she's...
I searched for ice cream because you wanted ice cream. You had mentioned ice cream like 4 times, and I was like, let's see if there's any ice cream between here and where we're going.
So you found this farm stand where they make their own ice cream, and they sell it on an honor system. It looked
By the
like...
pint.
Well, they had... It looked like they had half gallons, too, or quarts.
Well, just not like self-serve or like it's not the puppy.
There's a dog in the back of that truck.
But it's not like individual servings is what I was getting at. It's not like a scoop shop type situation.
No, and the prices were, I forget.
I think the pints were $8 each.
Were they $8? So $8, I can live with that for homemade. And it was good. I got a Biscoff. I got brown butter Biscoff. It was an amazing amount of Biscoff cookies in the ice cream itself. The ice cream had an amazing texture. According to some ice cream makers, it is only as creamy as it was because of the sheer amount of preservatives that were added to it, which is the explanation that we received. Hopefully security doesn't come over here and ask us what we're doing, which is the explanation we've gotten from other professional ice cream makers as to why their ice cream wasn't as good as we wanted it to be and why other people have creamier ice cream than they had. But we also got Whitney a chocolate fudge brownie ice cream.
It was better back at the trailer when it was a little bit softer. Initially, it was a little hard, and it made the brownies a little like hard and dry and crumbly feeling.
Okay.
But then once our van freezer sat colder than our trailer freezer, and so once I transitioned it into the trailer freezer and was eating it before I was going to work after this stretch of days off, I enjoyed it a lot more. The ice cream felt creamier. The brownies felt a little bit softer, and it was much more enjoyable. So I would look at their other flavors when we go back to see what other flavors they have, to see if there's anything else I was interested in. But I would get it again, unless I just got a bunch of the chocolate pudding pies.
So the other thing we got was a chocolate pie. Chocolate crust with a chocolate
pudding. It was definitely a chocolate pudding
interior, and then a whipped cream on top.
And it was so good.
It was amazing.
You remember the chocolate pudding pie I used to make?
Yes.
It was like that.
It was so good.
It was really good.
It was really, really good. It was a impulse buy on my part.
And it was just a little personal pie, like a maybe 6-inch.
Yeah.
4 to 6 inch.
Yeah.
We split it, and it was $6, I think.
$6.
So it was very reasonable in my mind.
I'll buy that for $6 any day. My brown butter Biscoff, I wouldn't even try any of the other flavors unless they didn't have the Biscoff in the freezer. Then it would just come down to what they had. But I wouldn't hesitate to try any of the other flavors because the Biscoff was so good. You said we stayed at the snow park in Crescent, Oregon that night.
Is that considered Crescent? That's crazy.
South Diamond Snow Park. I have Crescent. You can look real quick and double check me.
It's not a big deal.
We went to Diamond Lake South Shore day use area for our coffee the next morning and a short walk. And then went over to the Diamond Lake Resort in order to get biscuits, and we were not impressed. $4.25 each. They were small. They were good. I have in my notes they were surprisingly good. Good moisture and flavor. Very good biscuits for jam. Apparently in my notes I said they were worth the price. So for as small as they were, I guess I say small. I get so used to us getting some biscuits that are just so big. But then I also think about how big our lunches are. And even if we get small biscuits that are still really good, it's probably better to have smaller size biscuits than some of the monsters that we get.
It just sucks because, like, all biscuit, for the most part, biscuits are $3 to $5 at this point in time, and then there's just so much variability in what you get.
Regardless of what the size of, or the mass, if you just want to go off of, like, price it by ounce or by gram or whatever, there is a huge variation as far as the size of the biscuits that you get. Like, these biscuits were minuscule compared to the biscuits that we get from the Rolling Pin, Bacon Brew, and Bandon. And all things being equal, the Rolling Pin is a better biscuit.
Are you ready for my hot take, though?
Yeah.
The biscuits from the Rolling Pin are too tall.
They're very tall.
I would rather a bigger surface area and a shorter biscuit, because then when I cut the biscuit and put the jam, you have
you get
so
a better
much
ratio
yeah.
of biscuit to jam.
That's my hot take.
No, it's not. It's not a hot take at all. You just need to start thirding the Rolling Pin.
Yeah, but
biscuits.
then you've got crumbs going everywhere on that middle section.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you just coat both sides of it with
jam. Not a hot take at all. We went to Diamond Lake Resort for biscuits, and we paddleboarded on Diamond Lake that day.
For like 5 minutes.
The water was sketchy. Whitney and I are not ecologically competent or educated, so if the water looks kind of iffy, I say you get really worried. It's not like I want the dog drinking the water anyway. Like, no matter, I don't want the dog drinking the lake water no matter what. We bring filtered water on the board for her to drink in her bowl. I don't want her drinking lake water to begin with, but if it looks sketchy, which this water did, because it looked like somebody dumped a thing of glitter from the arts and crafts store in the water, so it freaked Whitney out.
I am not 100% sure of what toxicology looks like, and our puppy is so small that it would not take much water to hurt her.
So we stayed out there for 5 or 10 minutes. Whitney obviously was not comfortable being out there. I told her it was better to just get off the water earlier so that we had more time to get on the water that day. So we did the annoying thing, which neither of us really wanted to do. It's no fun to go through the entire process of getting the board out and getting everything set up and getting on the water and only being out there for 10 minutes and then having to put everything away and do it all over again in order to get back out on the water. But we went to Lamolo Lake after finishing at Diamond Lake, and we ate lunch, we did our biscuits, and then...
You remember what we had for lunch?
What did we have for lunch?
My leftover B-dubs.
Oh, that was the day we ate leftover B-dubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sitting at the lake.
Oh, that was the lake we sat at when the people got mad at us for parking the van in the parking lot that had no signs that said boat trailer parking only. I guess, I don't know. We were parked in a long spot because if there's no signs that say boat trailer parking only, we take a long spot because we have to get the paddleboard out the back of the van, and the paddleboard's 10 feet long.
Closer to 12.
So if we have the paddleboard set up behind the van, if the paddleboard is up against the bumper of the van, then we're over 30 feet long.
Yeah.
While we're trying to get set up, and we normally have some space between the paddleboard and the van. So,
and we need space. We always let it dry in the sun some before we put it away. So we
take up space. We don't technically have a trailer, but we take up as much space as a vehicle with a trailer. And if we don't park in a trailer spot, then we just have to park in a regular spot, and then we take away space in either the parking lot or we occupy the space next to us. So this dude and his girlfriend, wife thing were upset that we were taking up trailer parking, even though there were unhooked trailers that had no boats that were obviously just being parked there. There were other vehicles parked over there that were not hooked up to trailers at the time. they apparently just had it set in their minds that they were upset that some kids with a nice camper van were parked in what they had themselves designated as truck trailer parking only. So we did that. We ate our B-dubs. That was also where we ate our chocolate pie.
Was it?
Yeah, we had our chocolate pie.
Oh, but after paddleboarding.
After paddleboarding. Yeah, paddleboarding, then pie.
Do you remember the lake? Do you remember details of the lake?
I remember Lamolo was the one that we went out on, and was that the one we paddled over to the building that you didn't know what the building was? That was a different lake.
That was down in California.
Lamolo was the lake that we went out on. Is that the one where we ended up putting the anchor out and the wind kept shifting?
And so we were just circling our anchor.
So we were just dancing around the anchor. I remember that. I don't remember other details about the lake.
The biggest detail, and you'll remember as soon as I say it, the sheer number of
ospreys.
Yes.
It was the most ospreys we've ever seen in one area. It was either like 3 ospreys that were super active, or there were a dozen ospreys that were just all out there doing osprey things. Yeah, I do remember that.
That was a good lake, though. It was pretty.
Lamolo was pretty. We liked it. I think it was better than what Diamond.
Oh, for sure better, because Diamond, you didn't mention the other thing about Diamond for the 5 minutes that we were out there is it was windy and the water was super choppy.
And then we went to Lamolo, and I felt like it was windier at Lamolo and the water was calm.
Yeah. But then we also, when we put our anchor down, like, we kind of went into a little bay, so it was a little cove, so it was a lot calmer there than other parts of the lake.
The anchor is awesome for sure. What, your picture of the pie?
Pie?
It is the picture of pie.
So good.
After we did pie at Lamolo and finished up over there, do you remember where we went and what we were doing after? Do you have a picture of it? Yes, she does.
We went, there was a hidden marble, like, I think it was only like 30 minutes away or something, and it was...
I don't remember.
In the direction we were going. I don't remember what we were going to do next. It was at Clearwater Falls. So we went to a waterfall, and it was a short hike. We decided to do it in flip-flops. Not the wisest decision ever, but we survived.
It wasn't bad.
There were no falls.
Going down a steep embankment in flip-flops is way sketchier than going up a steep embankment in flip-flops.
Yeah, but it's a pretty marble. I'm glad we went and got it.
I don't even remember which marble that is.
That one, the one I'm showing you.
I know. I'm trying to... the only one I can think of is the one that you have with the stone embedded in it.
I think that's what this is, because this is a big old honker I'm opening right now.
We went over to the Diamond Lake Overlook and recorded episode 20. I was going to say, that's not the one you found. We recorded episode 20 sitting over there, which...
Sitting where? Where'd we go?
Oh. We went to Diamond Lake Overlook.
Oh, yeah.
So we tried paddleboarding at Diamond Lake, and that failed. So we went to Diamond Lake Overlook and sat over there. Is Diamond Lake Overlook the one where you have Thielsen on one side and then Diamond Lake on the other, and there aren't really all that great of views right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we just recorded that episode. I actually like now that we're caught up on episodes, and I can be like, the last episode that we recorded, it's so much better than being like 6 months ahead or 7 months ahead. That's all from this trip. Whitney's holding up a marble bag that is more dog hair than it is bag, and looking at me like she's surprised at the amount of hair that comes off of this little ragamuffin.
I am, because she still has so much hair.
We stayed at the snow park again that night. We really liked the South Diamond Snow Park.
It's a super cool snow park.
I don't even remember this.
The South Diamond Snow Park is, first of all, it's right next to Broken Arrow Campground, so there's a campground literally less than 5 minutes away, but campgrounds allow campfires, and we don't love them, so we stayed at the snow park, and the other snow parks we've stayed at before this one are like just one big open area, but this South Diamond Snow Park is like a maze. There's just drives all through the woods with almost like in little individual RV spots that you can stay at. So we really enjoyed that because we didn't have people right next to us. It was quiet.
Yeah, instead of being a parking lot snow park, it's definitely more of like an RV campground snow park.
Just with no hookups.
Yeah, which is fine, because I imagine it's a lot of people that are going out in self-contained vessels and doing their snow park things, whether it be snowmobiles or cross-country skiing. I don't even know if that wasn't a snow park for downhill skiing, because there was no ski resort there.
Yeah, I think most of it's just
probably snowmobiles.
Most of them are snowmobiles, and then like probably mostly because that's easy, but cross-country skiing too, some.
This was also the night that your tummy started hurting, and Whitney had her turn. We had to talk about me christening the toilet in the van, and at least I had the excuse of hot Nashville chicken, and I think Whitney's excuse was either
I had
chocolate pie.
I had chicken that day.
Chocolate pie, leftover B-dubs, or ice cream.
It's just too much in my tummy.
So...
And at least mine wasn't at 2:00 in the morning. So you were able to step out.
No, you got half a night of sleep before you filled the van with what?
What are you talking about?
When I had to use it in the middle of the night, at least half of your night was sleep that you got to take without the van smelling any sort of way.
At least you didn't have to lay there and listen while it was happening. You
That's
stepped
true.
out of the van while I was using the toilet.
I did get out of the van and not listen to what could only be described as a horror movie.
There was nothing intense happening. It was just a normal run-of-the-mill. Anyways, moving on. So we stayed there that night, and then we woke up the next morning, and it was raining. And so I was like, okay, well, apparently paddleboarding around here isn't going to happen today. And then I pulled up the weather in Florence. Do you remember this? And I was like, oh, Florence isn't supposed to rain anymore. Let's head to the coast.
Yeah, we were literally going back to where we said we weren't going to go in the very beginning.
To where we were going to go in the very beginning.
And then we weren't.
And then we weren't. And then we were. And then, lo and behold, we again were, because we got out towards I-5, because we were driving west towards the coast, got near the I-5 corridor, and I was like, you know what? The Dahlia Festival's going on. Let's head to the Dahlia Festival instead of the coast. So we did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. So, yeah, as we were getting back out there, and fortunately, when we hit I-5, we were going into Roseburg anyway, and we were eyeing McClendon's old-fashioned meats, because Whitney and Jake's new thing is sausage. And I can't even speak to any of this. I can, actually. None of the sausage. We haven't eaten any of the sausage yet.
Oh.
But we did eat the hot cheese curds, which were just cheese curds. They had a little bit of a kick, but there was nothing special about them.
And the cheese curds, didn't even have anything to do with the sausage place. They didn't make any of that stuff. It was literally Wisconsin cheese curds.
Yeah, and then they had a spicy sausage and cheese pack, which was like a summer sausage and some kind of cheddar with red pepper flake and some kind of spice rub on them. It was good. It was nothing amazing. I wouldn't have to go back for that stuff. We got cheddar jalapeno dogs that we have not eaten. We got a pack of hot Italian sausage that we have not eaten. We got andouille that we have not eaten. And we got mango habanero brats.
That we have not eaten.
We'll
report back.
You'll know when you know. We also went over to Henry's Donuts. And we were happy with Henry's Donuts. There was one
I was going
to
say, was that with the fritter that we threw away?
We threw the fritter away because the fritter was horrible.
Awful.
The fritter was dry, crunchy, oily.
Flavorless.
Unless you like the flavor. It was super oily.
But it didn't feel oily. It tasted oily.
Yeah, and it tasted like burnt old oil.
It was just bad. There was not a single redeeming quality about it, but everything else
was
so good.
The glazed that we got was really good. I said the glazed donut was a 9 out of 10.
And then we got a glazed old-fashioned.
We did get a glazed old-fashioned. I said really good. Top 3 glazed old-fashioned.
Oh, was it? See, I was sitting here and I was like, I feel like I liked the old-fashioned more than you, but apparently not.
No, top 3 glazed old-fashioned.
Chocolate sprinkle cake.
Chocolate, yeah.
I'm looking at the picture and you're looking at your note, aren't you? And I'm probably saying them in the wrong order for you.
Yeah, I have to find it, and then I don't have sprinkle on here.
Pretty little sprinkles. But the sprinkles...
It was my favorite kind of sprinkles. It was the long and thin, waxy sprinkles.
But I feel like these were almost like stale because they didn't have any crunch to them, if I remember correctly. Like,
no, they're not
a
supposed
single,
to.
Like, you couldn't even tell they were there.
No, that's why I like them so much. They're just like crumbly. No, they don't get in the way of the texture of the donut.
And then is that a crumb cinnamon roll?
That is a crumb cinnamon roll, which I loved. I said it was really good.
And then we got a glazed cronut.
Yeah.
And it was really good. Did we get it? They were out of donut holes. Is that right?
I think they were, yeah, she was out of donut holes. She had her sign up for donut holes, but she didn't have any donut holes.
So yeah, we would definitely go back and we would not get the fritter, but we would get anything else.
No, I was happy with everything we got from there, and then I was super disappointed with how bad the apple fritter was.
Hopefully we just got a bad one.
We also, we stopped in Cresswell, Oregon on the way, and Whitney, did we already have Cresswell Bakery saved?
Yeah, that's why we went.
Whitney had found this bakery a while back, so we stopped at Cresswell Bakery, which was interesting. They had road construction going on, and it was just a whole thing. It was super busy. Everybody was over there. Was it a weekend? Was it like Saturday or Sunday? What day did we go to the Dahlia Festival?
A weekend.
So it was
Saturday.
It was a Saturday. Everybody was over there trying to get baked goods. We got a meat pie that had an exceptionally flaky pastry crust.
And it was really well filled. Like, it was a lot of meat, but we both wanted more flavor in the meat, more seasoning. It was a little bland.
Yeah. So as far as like the pastry itself and the filling goes, it was great. We got a bacon egg pocket.
Wouldn't get again. It was like a slice of bacon with a little bit of egg and some cheese wrapped in brioche. And
we got your favorite thing from there, which was the hazelnut sticky bun.
Oh, I'm like sitting here looking because I have the meat pie and the brioche thing, and then I have a cookie.
We ate the hazelnut sticky bun later, so
yeah.
The picture for the hazelnut sticky bun probably comes up later.
After 150 pictures of dahlias.
You really enjoyed it, and we also got a hazelnut and butterscotch cookie. I said good, not great. It was tasty, but nothing amazing. The standout for the trip, for sure, to Cresswell Bakery was the hazelnut sticky bun. And the meat pie was really good. I don't know if I would have to get another meat pie from Cresswell, but it was really good.
They had they had other kinds of meat pies, and you were like, oh, I probably would have chosen.
You said they had a chicken pot pie meat pie.
Chicken pot pie.
I would have gotten that.
We'll try that next time, because I'll go back for a sticky bun. And I told you they had the orange coconut breakfast roll or cinnamon roll or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you sounded really interested in that, so if they always had that, we can go get one of those,
too.
I
like orange cinnamon rolls anyway, and coconut's just been doing it for me lately.
Right.
So I'm perfectly fine. That's two things that I really enjoy.
Did you say what kind of cookie we got?
Yeah, we got a hazelnut and butterscotch cookie.
I enjoyed the cookie.
It's good. I didn't
great,
say it was
good.
bad. I said good, not great. Tasty, but nothing amazing. Definitely, like, the cookie's not what I'm going to be like, oh, you need to go to Cresswell Bakery and get the cookie. That's not what I'm going to say.
And we did have them saved for the cinnamon rolls, and we were not disappointed in the sticky bun, which is a cinnamon roll.
Not even a little bit. All right, now talk about your Swan Island Dahlia Festival in Canby, Oregon.
It was incredible.
It's pretty. I didn't realize the variation in dahlias.
So many styles of dahlias. I took while we were there like 140 pictures, and it's ridiculous. They're all different dahlias.
You did your video, so if you want to see the dahlias, Whitney did a video going through and showing everything that we looked at. I have not made it to that video for editing yet, and I still don't know what I'm going to do as far as photos for that day. I might just pick my favorite 20 and do something with that, because I know I'm probably going to have more than that. I don't know. We'll see. It was quite something. We enjoyed it. It was pretty. There were a lot of them. You didn't get a bouquet because they didn't have a mixed bouquet. They had single varieties together, but they didn't do multiple varieties in a single bouquet, so you didn't go that route.
But
and
we
we
were
spent
also,
like 2 hours there.
Yeah, and we were also there late in the day on a Saturday, so they may have run out of good bouquets that
That's
I
true.
was interested in. So I don't know that that's not something they do. But yeah, we really enjoyed that. I'll go back when we're in the area during dahlia season again for sure.
And it was free to get into.
And it was free to get into. We didn't do any of the festival-y things. We just walked through the flowers. They had some like food trucks and little vendors and stuff, but we didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I think they might have had some arts and craftsy type things, and none of the food trucks we didn't have to have. We also kind of knew we were going to get either a beer or a beer and food afterward. I think before I decided we weren't going to go and get Smash Town? Pound Town Smash Burgers. Instead, we went over to Top Wire. Yeah, Top Wire Hop Project at Crosby Hop Farm in Woodburn, Oregon, which was an excellent choice because they had an estate grown West Coast IPA that was absolutely delicious. Both of us enjoyed it very much.
But they didn't can it, so we couldn't get any to go, which was really disappointing.
We could have gotten a crowler.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same.
You can't bring that on the paddleboard.
We could have gotten a crowler, but we did not. We were on the phone with Mama. We went to Jerry Frank's in order to get some cakes.
It was so good.
So we got the Barney's Blackout cakes, and I also decided that Whitney needed a German chocolate brownie, and I got a fudge brownie for me. And I loved my fudge brownie. My fudge brownie was so good.
I really enjoyed mine.
I'm okay with Barney's Blackout and fudge brownies from Jerry Frank's.
I just want a whole Barney's Blackout cake.
I say this as we have fudge brownies in the back of the van right now.
Go get a snack.
And I'm getting so close to getting a brownie now that I'm talking about brownies. Whitney and I just Coastal Market's closing. We're going to talk about this in the episode that we'll record next for the trip that we're currently on, which is the Labor Day Ryan and Bradley trip. Extravaganza. And Coastal Market is closing in Gold Beach, and we decided we needed 8 massive cookies from her and a tray of 24 brownies. So we've been doing work on cookies and brownies the last 3 days.
But we haven't been going to other bakeries, except for one yesterday at the market.
Oh, but that was worth it. That croissant was so good. We went over to... So we made it to the coast. We got out of Salem, Oregon, which is where Jerry Frank's is, and then made our push all the way to the coast that night and ended up going over to Rhodes End, which is one of our favorites. Was there something you wanted to cover? Was there something I missed?
No, just we stayed in Lincoln City that night, and then the next morning we went to Rhodes End. Or did we go to Rhodes End that night?
We went to Rhodes End for dinner that night.
Did we?
That's what I have. We went to Rhodes End for dinner, and we stayed here. We are currently at the the Chinook Winds Casino in Lincoln City, where they have RV parking. So we went over there and stayed there for the night, and that's where we're parked right now with not a great view, but a good view of you see the ocean. You can't see the beach, but you can see the ocean.
Might be able to see some whale spouts if we watched.
I wish we were in Depoe Bay right now. We should have driven down to Depoe Bay when we... I didn't think about that. That would have been good. That would have been a good choice. We went to Rhodes End again the next morning for coffee, breakfast, Whitney's sticky bun, and we did a short walk on the beach because I wanted to stretch my legs a little bit. Oh yeah, Whitney got a recording of the dog.
Not acting like a 13-year-old.
I'm actually going to make a video out of that, make a reel out of that, You don't have to do it now, but we need something for Tuesday for a reel. So go ahead and make something out of that for me, and I'll put it on Instagram and YouTube.
Okay.
Of the dog running around on the beach. And
being all happy.
I don't think I finished my notes. The end of this episode is going to be you piecing everything together. The last thing I have in my notes is Whale Bites, where we got our breakfast burrito and one of your favorite pecan sticky buns of all time.
I think we just need to say it's my favorite.
It was so
good. I'm trying to think. I know I've had another one that was good. Where would I have another one? Bend is good. And then it's been forever, but Ambrosia Bakery in Baton Rouge used to have a really good sticky bun.
The only other one I can think of that you have been as excited about that you had to have multiple of was the one that you got in Bend.
At McKay?
I could look. I think it might be McKay's. I'm not sure.
Look at the little floof.
I know. The old man walking.
Look at this thing.
No, it was so good.
I need another one.
The texture of the caramel was perfect for a sticky bun.
I'm so thrilled if they have one of those today.
When we finish this episode, I'll call and make sure they didn't do anything.
But yeah, so we ate at Depoe Bay at Whale Bites for breakfast, and then we went and looked at the seals.
We did go look at the seals.
And then we headed south, and that was when we did the walk at Wohink Lake and hit a marble in Florence. You remember that?
I do.
We hit the mushy marble.
The marble that came from tsunamis in Fort Bragg.
Yeah, so that was like a 2.5 mile hike, I think, by one of the lakes.
Yeah.
In Florence. So we did that, and that was it. Then we drove home.
Oh, so I just missed one thing.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
I don't have any pictures from anything else. We ate our brownies when we got home. And that was pretty much it.
That was the trip. Plans change, obviously.
It ended up being a good trip. Oh, we got home and we had our marble packages.
Yeah, we did. Well, we get them? We got them the next day, I think.
Yeah, we had at least the George Beck. I don't think we had gotten the Nick Martinson yet.
We had a lot of marbles come in. So we have a lot of marbles on hand right now for us to hide. Unfortunately, Whitney thinks she had a marble stolen from a hike that we did with Ryan and Bradley at Crater Lake during the trip that we're currently on, and it was a good marble. It was a good marble too. So Whitney thinks she needs to do a better job hiding marbles. I think we need to just go ahead and start using decoys for marbles that we really like, that we would not want to see be possessed by those who are not associated and participating, or at least don't want to claim participation in the marble hunting group. Good trip. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It's proof that everything doesn't have to work out the way that you intended for it to work out from the very beginning, and we can still have a very fun, very enjoyable trip. Because I think it was a great trip. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh, it was a really good trip. Yeah. And we had no idea what was happening within the next 24 hours at any point during the trip.
We thought we knew.
But
then it changed.
So we're on a trip. We'll record this episode probably on the next trip that we take and have this one come out. The next trip's going to be big.
The next trip is a big trip.
But we don't know what it is.
Nope, but it's going to be 2 weeks.
It's going to be 2 weeks. We are going to be on the road in the van for 2 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it. That's the trip. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.